And we're back.
All right, so the top 5 buddy movies, been a lot of them, and a lot of them really from the 80s and 90s, and I mean, it was just a big thing.
The era of buddy movies.
The era of buddy movies. So Terrence, go first.
All right, so normally when I'm thinking of my top 5, I have to sit there, think about it, weigh my options. Do I like this one better than that one? This team took me exactly 5 seconds to write. Because I know my top 5 buddy movies.
Oh, all right, here it is.
Number 5. And I was a little worried that I came up here because me and him think alike a little bit, so I was hoping we don't have the same ones. But spoiler alert, Lethal Weapon's not on my top 5. So go on and get your hate comments down here right now.
And neither was Batman, and he barely made it in your last top 5. But anyway, all right.
Number 5. Tango and Cash.
Tango and Cash.
I love Tango and Cash. I think that Sylvester Stallone and Kurt Russell missed the boat. They should have done more together. They should have been Lethal Weapon. They should have been Lethal Weapon to me. That's how well I felt like their chemistry was. And obviously we know Sylvester Stallone does action, Kurt Russell does action. I think that was a better buddy cop together than Murtaugh.
Oh, you are out of mine.
Hey, it's my top 5. So anyway, that was number 5.
Well, that was also for at Robert Palacios. He mentioned Tango and Cash on Twitter.
Oh, see?
So there you go, Robert.
Because, thank you. All right, number 4. Basketball. Basketball. Matt and Trey from the South Park. I mean, they are lifelong buddies.
That was on your sports top 5.
Because it's a good movie. But not just because I said baseball. But it's because they've been friends forever. That their chemistry shows in everything that they do.
That's true.
And obviously their best movie is Basketball, because I could have said Orgasmo.
Their best movie was freaking South Park. Come on.
That was them doing characters. I'm talking about that was them doing voices of characters. This is them on screen as buddies.
Fine.
So
Orgasmo was funny though.
Orgasmo was juicy.
Chowder boy.
Look up Orgasmo. But Basketball is number 4. All right. Number 3. White Man Can't Jump.
Sydney. Video.
Come on. White Man Can't Jump, and that's one of those films that really deserved a sequel. It really deserved.
That was called Money Train.
Okay. I'm just gonna move on now. Because kind of, sort of, a little bit inside of me says that was called Money Train, and that didn't work out. That didn't work out.
Because they threw Jennifer Lopez in there. If they would have put her in there, it was just them, no love interest or anything, they would have been better.
But that's what made it, because they had to do love interest like they did in White Man Can't Jump. Well, but not between them, but he had to love somebody.
We just need love.
All right, number 2. Blues Brothers, because we talked about 80s movies and I only put Tango and Cash, so I gotta go back to the 80s here. Blues Brothers. So iconic that people can still dress as them, can still
But
play
they were
music.
brothers.
They were still buddies? They were still buddies?
No more drink for this man.
They were still buddies.
Okay, go ahead. So you can still dress like them? Go ahead.
No, it's like you can still watch the movie, the music's still iconic, and you still fit, God, I can't even get my words out. But it's one of those films that it can go through time. And
absolutely, I agree. It's an awesome movie.
From a skit on Saturday Night Live to the film, it just translated. And it's because of their chemistry in that, from the skit on the show to the film, it just works. And it can never be done again in that particular one. We tried Blues Brothers 2000, and that completely failed. But
I like Blues Brothers 2000.
Maybe on a you don't hate. Maybe. Maybe on a you don't hate. All right, so that brings me to my number 1.
Number 1.
All right, so do you want to guess what my number 1 is?
Bad Boys.
Bad Boys. Of course it's gonna be Bad Boys. Of course it's gonna be Bad Boys. I mean, we're still clamoring for Bad Boys 3
and 4 now.
So there's like Bad Boys 1, great. Bad Boys 2, great. Even though it became the Mike Lowry show for a little bit in that movie, but still. They work so well on screen that you just can't get past that you want to see more of them. That Bad Boys could have been a 4-hour movie and we would have sat through the whole thing. It'd have been the
that was Bad Boys 2.
It's
not like a 3 or 4-hour movie.
Hey, and I loved every minute of it.
So did I. I loved it. It was awesome.
All right, so that's my top 5. So let's see how many he has.
Very nice, very nice. All right, so my number 5 now. Some of my titles are gonna be titles that you probably never even heard of, but it's all right.
All right.
My number 5 is.
Leave your comments below for his top 5.
My number 5 is Stakeout.
With
Dreyfus and Emilio Estevez. That movie was so funny.
Oh my God! If you're gonna pick up Emilio Estevez, you should have picked Working Men.
No,
Men at Work. Men at Work. No. Working Men. That sounds like.
No clap.
That's a better movie.
No way. Stakeout was awesome. Everybody, thought that the chemistry between an older Richard Dreyfuss and a young Emilio Estevez was going to be kind of like, conflicting, where Estevez was going to get into trouble, but it was Dreyfuss that was getting into trouble. And just that whole dynamic was hilarious. The way they talked to each other, the pranks they made with the other cops, it was just priceless. And every time that movie comes out, I have to watch it because it is so funny.
Funny, but Men at Work was still a better movie.
No, it was not. Number 4, The Last Boy Scout.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
The chemistry between Damon Wayans and Bruce Willis was hilarious. And Bruce Willis, man, I thought he was like John McClane on weed.
He's always Bruce Willis, though.
But he was just really mellow and just cool and just, he gets punched in the face and he picks up back a cigarette to smoke it. I mean, just stuff like that. It was just so funny. And Damon Wayans, that was actually probably, if I remember right, was his first movie after, or one of his earlier films while he was still doing In Living Color.
Yeah.
So he was still stretching his legs out as far as the acting thing, and he did a great job. So I freaking love Last Boy Scout.
Made me think of Glimmerman.
And you're gonna hate me for this one, but number 3 is Bad Boys.
Throw your list now.
Bad Boys is one of my favorite movies. It's actually, it's one of our favorites. We used to watch it all the time when we were younger, and it's just it mirrors us a lot in a lot of different ways of times in our lives. But it's just
number 3. This is how I feel, like how you felt about Batman.
Yeah.
This is
number 2, Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon's above Bad Boys.
Lethal Weapon is above Bad Boys only because Lethal Weapon is the one that started it all, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Shane Black wrote it, Richard Donner directed it, and the freaking sequels, that's about and I don't even think I put that in my top franchises, but that is one great franchise. And to be honest with you, I like 4.
Where Jet Li had to save the movie.
4
was
awesome.
Jet Li had to save that movie.
I gotta go with the original, buddy cop
Killer
thing.
Bullets, take a cop killer bullet. God, Jet Li had to save that movie. That's why it wasn't on my list.
He says in Hong Kong you'd be dead. He says it
twice in the 2 best parts.
Whatever. Anyway, so Jet Li was awesome.
When they stole the money at the end.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Stole the money at the end.
Yeah, but he kept the money.
What? That's part 2.
No, that's part 4.
That's part 2. What money did he keep?
All
right. Anyway,
we're off track now.
So my number 1 is Vince Vaughn, Jon Favreau, Swingers. That's all day.
Okay.
That is a life-changing movie for me. If it wasn't for that movie, honestly, there's a lot of things I don't know where I'd be. With the dialogue in that movie, we hit so close to home on a lot of things, and it actually brought our friends all together really back in the late 90s. So that's my number 1 for that.
I'm surprised that we only had Bad Boys together on the same list. Wow, that's crazy.
Right? I had to go a little bit different. I like movies, stupid movies, and movies that you don't like, like Smoking the Bandit Part 3. So
we didn't have to think. We didn't have to rehearse that or practice that. That's how much we have that conversation about Smoking the Bandit Part 3.
Honorable mentions for me was Tango and Cash, Tommy Boy, and my honorable mentions were in your top 5. And White Man Can't Jump. That's funny. What's your honorable mention?
Well, Last Boy Scout, because I wasn't thinking about Last Boy Scout until you mentioned it. I was like, oh man, that was a great one that I didn't think about. Die Hard with a Vengeance. Die
Hard with a Vengeance. Yeah,
I mean, I could even say Die Hard because him and Reginald. What's his last name?
Val Johnson?
Yeah, Reginald Val. I was gonna say the cop from Family Matters, but Carl. Him and Carl
was the best. Oh man. Well, you know what? There was I was gonna say Civil War 2, but then
that's not really a buddy film.
I'm just kidding.
If you want to say buddy film, you'd say Winter Soldier, and you could either say not Cap and Winter Soldier, but you'd say Scarlet Witch, not Scarlet Witch, but Black Widow and Captain America.
No, true. Hey, you know what? I was thinking about it. If Captain America is with Hydra, doesn't that make sense of why he's coveting Bucky so much?
But I mean, in a way.
What if they were? Forget it. That's a subject for another show.
In a way.
Terrence, take us home.
Wow, what you did? Now I'm thinking about this stuff now.
Awesome, and just from the goods, from the 3 of us, we just want to send our prayers and our thoughts to the families and friends that lost loved ones in Orlando.
Yeah.
We have a lot of friends and family that are part of the lesbian and gay community, and it would be pretty crushing if anything happened to them. So our thoughts and hearts are with you guys, and hate is wrong. You know, that's just how it is, period, man.
Very, very sad moment there.
So with that being said, I'm Manny.
Terrence.
And that's Aspen in the back, and that was the goods.